Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with me. I have Andy Hidalgo, CEO of H-Cell Energy Corporation, OTCQB, symbol HCCC. HCellEnergy.com is the website. All right, Andy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here.
Glad you're here. Now let's talk about what H-Cell does, renewable energy and hydrogen and fuel cell technology.
Yeah, Michael, H-Cell Energy has developed and implemented a hydrogen energy system used to completely power a residence, a commercial property, or government entity with clean energy so that it can run independent of the utility grid or even provide energy to the utility grid for monetary credits. We've developed this unique clean energy solution called the HC1 that is comprised of solar, batteries, a fuel cell, and a hydrogen generator. It solves the need to produce 100% clean energy for electricity.
Brilliant. Give us a more detailed overview of the company, because that's a pretty high level, even though you're involved in complex processes, that's a high level overview, but because you're not just in one location also.
Yeah, well, to give you some background on the system, it uses renewable energy as its source of power. The user takes their electricity from batteries charged by the solar panels. Excess energy from the solar panel goes to the hydrogen generator, which electrolyzes water and separates from the water the hydrogen gas that is stored in a tank. When the solar is not operating, the hydrogen gas goes through a fuel cell to charge the batteries, providing the user around-the-clock self-sustaining electricity from two sources, independent of the utility grid. Now, the company, the system is, it costs, depending on the configuration, it can cost anywhere from $30,000 to $200,000, and really depends on the electrical requirements. On the residential side, it's a lower cost system, where commercial systems with higher electrical requirement cost more in terms of configurations, but there are tax incentives and energy credits available to all users. Many states provide renewable energy credits for electricity that you can send back to the utility grid. Mm-hmm. So our typical user has a net zero electricity bill and earns about $10,000 of energy credits from their local utility company. So that's about the system.
And the expense, the system, you had mentioned that relative to other forms of energy production, is it considered expensive or not?
Well, you know, it's, if you have a situation where you can get energy credits from putting or sending energy back to the utility grid, the systems are easy to create a return on investment. Typically, depending on the circumstances, it's about a 5-year payback where you actually have a system that can pay back in 5 years and provide clean energy that's completely self-sustained.
Okay. I've noticed that Toyota, Hyundai, and Honda have all produced hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Is hydrogen becoming the future of energy?
Well, hydrogen is the cleanest and most abundant energy source on the planet. It can be created from water. It's used to produce electricity as a fuel for transportation, as well, as you mentioned. With global companies like Toyota committing to hydrogen, it will be a primary energy source for the future. Today, technology is advancing and prices are coming down for hydrogen and fuel cell technology. So we're anticipating a substantial global market for H-Cell in the years to come. Of course, we provide clean energy from hydrogen for electricity, and the companies you mentioned are providing it for transportation. But the ultimate goal is to have a hydrogen economy that has your cars fueled by hydrogen and fuel cells, and also have your home providing all the electricity that you require off-grid in a clean fashion.
So you're saying it, with the 5-year payback, it's relatively inexpensive, if not a profit margin, a revenue generator as you go forward on multiple cases.
It does. It depends again on the configuration and what state you're in. 2 years ago, there were 12 states that offered renewable energy credits for providing energy back into the utility grid. Today, it's 28 states, and it continues to grow from a legislative point of view. There's a sincere interest in providing clean energy solutions for the future and lessening the dependence on fossil fuels and an aging utility grid and a vulnerable utility grid. So that's the goal, that's the purpose, and that's what we're focused on.
We got it. Now, I see your biography includes the founding of WPCS International, which you grew as a CEO from zero to over 100 million in annual revenues, and a stock price trading over $10 per share on the NASDAQ. You know, at its height, how is HCell Energy going to build shareholder value?
Well, we have a seasoned management team that, as you mentioned, formerly built a very successful company and delivered significant shareholder value. In my opinion, the opportunity is even greater at HCell Energy Corporation. As a company just finishing its second full fiscal year, meaning 2018 is our second full fiscal year, our sales are approaching the $8 to $10 million mark. We're growing through acquisitions. We have already concluded 2 acquisitions, which we're training in the design and implementation of hydrogen energy systems. And with high market interest in the fuel cell and hydrogen energy technology for clean energy solutions and our experience in delivering these integration services, we're in a position to grow substantially, I feel. So there is a goal to really deliver shareholder value, and I think we have the right combination to be able to do that.
I got that. That seems like some pretty key takeaways for our listeners. Is there anything else you want to add on that before we conclude our time with each other today?
Well, Michael, thank you. I feel the key takeaways is that we are an experienced management team in a high-growth clean energy market offering this very unique clean energy solution that's installed, working, and proven to deliver results. In my opinion, the opportunity to build shareholder value is substantial, and those that invest in HCell Energy now should be rewarded in the future. We have the right market, we have the revenue production, the growth, and we are focused on a marketplace that's a very important marketplace for the future, and that's in clean energy solutions. So,
and the geopolitical climate is correct for it.
It is. I mean, it's a very hot topic, and there's a lot of legislation that is initiated for clean energy. Everyone is convinced that clean energy will play a significant role in the economy in the future. What role? We don't know exactly when. Lessening the dependence of fossil fuels will be quite a long period of time, but clean energy is a marketplace that everyone's striving for, and environmentally safe systems and clean air is really an important factor for the future. So we feel we're in a good position.
I do too, and I want to applaud you for leading this company and really doing what you can to help our global society and what's going on with the climate change and our energy consumption. Well done, Andy. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me on the show.
My pleasure. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.